Surrey BC versus Vancouver BC. Which is the better city for you to live in? If you've ever considered relocating to British Columbia, you've probably considered Vancouver. I mean, you've seen it on all of the tourism videos and all of the pamphlets and all of the magazines, between the mountains and the beach and the beautiful scenery. We've got the entertainment, we've got the outdoors, and we are a world-class city. Why wouldn't anybody love to come to Vancouver? But you've probably also heard about a little municipality that's really not that little, and that is Surrey, British Columbia. But the problem is you might have heard of it for all of the wrong reasons. You see, Surrey BC, well, it has a historically bad reputation. It's the butt end of a lot of jokes in Canada. And to be fair, there's a little bit of a history that comes to get a reputation like that, as well as some of those jokes. If you've been considering relocating to British Columbia, you probably have thought of Surrey, but also had some reservations. To be fair, Surrey was a pass-through city to get to other areas of the lower mainland, largely occupied due to its immense amount of trees for logging purposes, and was really kind of built along a highway that simply just cut through the middle of the city. As a resident of the lower mainland my entire life and a real estate professional selling homes all across the lower mainland, Vancouver and Surrey both included, since 2007, I wanted to help you debate which city might be best for you to live in today's video. I have been in thousands and thousands of homes as a real estate professional. I have enjoyed the lower mainland as a resident. And aside from all the amenities and great things that lower mainland has to offer, I have visited countless neighborhoods all over the area. And today I want to bring that value back to you. Not only from my personal experience, but also from the experience of the clients that we serve and what they report about living in these different neighborhoods and how much they love them. If you give me the next few minutes of your time, I'm going to help you understand the stark differences between living in Vancouver and living in Surrey, so you can make an educated decision on which neighborhood might be best for you. This way, if you're relocating, you'll have all the information you need to make a great decision. Plus, you're going to want to hang around to the end as well, because I'm going to give you 2 key ways to help you further along your real estate journey. Also, you can get it done just like a pro. So if all that sounds good, let's jump into it. Hey, it's Darren here. If you're thinking of moving to Surrey, White Rock, or any of the surrounding suburbs, subscribe below so you can be the first to learn about the market and the areas. And like so many others, we've helped in the process of buying or selling a home. If you need help in the process, whether it's today or 6 months from now, use the link in the description to book a time to speak with me. We'll help you make sure that your move is the absolute best that it could ever be. All right, I need you to shake off what you think you know about Surrey BC. I'm going to try and stay away from the anecdotal stuff in this video and just really deal with stats and figures comparing both Vancouver to Surrey. For the purpose of this video, we're going to try and find a winner between the 2 municipalities, and I'm going to help you decide at the end of each segment, and we're going to break it up into 5 different areas that you're going to want to consider. Those areas simply are quality of life, traffic and commuting, real estate prices, crime and safety, and the cost of living. All those matter, all those are big considerations, so let's get started. When it comes to quality of life, there's 3 key factors that I really think that you should consider. That would be entertainment, food, and general amenities in the area. Obviously, being a premier city in North America, not even North America, actually the entire world, Vancouver, as you can imagine, it has a lot of it. You're probably familiar with things like the seawall, the proximity to the mountains and the ocean, the natural beauty in the area. Now, Surrey has this as well. We have Bear Creek Park as an example, one of the nicest parks in all of the lower mainland. The shopping in Surrey at places like Guildford Town Centre, BC's 2nd largest mall in terms of commercial floor space, or even just areas like Crescent Beach. Surrey can compete with Vancouver, but it's not quite there yet. When it comes to food, you can get just about whatever you want, wherever you want, but of course there's lots more options for more niche type foods in Vancouver. You can get almost anything, almost anywhere. And unfortunately for entertainment purposes, Surrey cannot hold a candle to downtown Vancouver. I mean, you've got Rogers Arena where the Vancouver Canucks play. You've got BC Place where the BC Lions and the Whitecaps play. You've got music venues, you've got playhouses, you've got all that in Vancouver, and you're certainly not getting any of that in the Surrey neighborhood. When it comes to quality of life, Vancouver beats Surrey 1-0. Next on our list is traffic and commuting. And let's talk a little bit about that, because in an ideal world, we all would be able to use public transit to get from point point A to point B. But I think for you watching this video, you'd likely agree with me that the reality is, unless you are within about 10 to 15 minute walk maximum of both of your destinations from where you leave to where you're arriving to, public transit isn't always the best option. You do need a car in many situations. Now, this isn't to mean that you couldn't pop out and just walk to the local grocery store, but you can do that in many communities, not limited just to big cities like Vancouver. You can also do that in Surrey. So let's talk a little bit about cars now. According to TomTom, at the 4 p.m. peak of traffic, the average speed of traveling in Vancouver is 26.6 kilometers per hour. It takes over 21 minutes to travel at least 10 kilometers, and it's estimated that you spend over 90 hours in your car per year just sitting in congested traffic. Now, clearly, it is not that bad in Surrey. I am a resident of Surrey. I do not spend that type of time in my car when I am traveling, and even so much as to report, TomTom doesn't have data on Surrey because it doesn't need it, because it's not nearly as bad. When I'm saying not nearly as bad, to put that in perspective, Vancouver has been ranked as having the second worst traffic by TomTom in all of North America. Of course, getting around and traffic is not just limited to being in your car, but there also is rapid transit. And naturally, Vancouver has a great network of SkyTrain systems. This is not so true for Surrey, but it's not so true just yet, because there is a new SkyTrain line from Surrey to Langley City coming in 2028, which will connect majority of Surrey to this rapid transit, helping them get to other areas of the Lower Mainland just as easily as the residents of Vancouver can. When it comes to traffic and commuting, Surrey beats out Vancouver. We now have a 1-1 tie. So let's move forward into real estate prices and what it's going to cost you to live in each community. When it comes to real estate prices in Vancouver versus Surrey, a detached home in Vancouver is going to cost you nearly $1 million more than a detached home in Surrey. A townhome in Vancouver is going to cost you a staggering $470,000 more than the average benchmark price of a townhome in Surrey. And the same rings true for condominiums, where you're going to pay about $266,000 more for a Vancouver condominium than you will for a condominium in the city of Surrey. There's also something to be said about what these average properties look like. As an example, this is what $2.6 million will buy you in terms of what a house looks like in Vancouver, whereas this is what the average price of a home in Surrey looks like. I know which one I would pick and which one I would prefer living in. When it comes to real estate prices in Vancouver versus the city of Surrey, Surrey is the clear winner. We now have a score of 2-1 for the city of Surrey. Next up on our list is crime and safety, something that is super important. And I've got to be completely honest with you here. Surrey has a terrible rap, but I want you to come out of this considering whether that rap is fair and whether that is actually the truth. So how does Surrey really compare to Vancouver in terms of crime statistics? The website CanadaCrimeIndex.com ranked the top 20 Canadian cities with the highest crime rates in 2024 so far. Coming in on number 12 of the list, but below other significant municipalities in the Lower Mainland, comes Surrey BC. For the Crime Severity Index, Violent Crime CSI metric, and Non-Violent Crime CSI, Surrey comes in around the 85 percentile mark for all three. Now, if that's got you shaking in your boots a little bit, let me continue on with this list. Coming in at number 9 on the list is Vancouver, BC, with a Crime Severity Index of 90.1, Violent CSI of 98.9, and Non-Violent CSI of 86.8. It also follows up with a comment underneath saying, if you asked most Canadians which of our 3 major metro areas had the most crime, many would point to Vancouver, and they'd be right. So according to this website, the crime rates in Vancouver are actually worse than the crime rates in Surrey. This gives Surrey another point on our list. So far, Surrey's winning 3-1. Lastly, we have to talk about the cost of living, because we know living in the Lower Mainland, well, it can be incredibly expensive, especially if you're visiting from other areas of Canada, not Toronto, but most other major areas. This is where I rely on a website called Numbeo to help give me some estimates and examples of what the average things might cost if you were going to be a resident of Vancouver or a resident of Surrey. Numbeo goes on to say the cost of living in Vancouver is 1.4% higher than that in Surrey, not including rent. The cost of including rent in that number is 6.3% higher in Vancouver, and rent prices are 16.3% higher than in Surrey. Which of course makes sense because real estate costs a lot more in Vancouver. Vancouver than it does in Surrey, which we mentioned earlier. Some other numbers to pay attention to as well are restaurant prices in Vancouver being 11.2% higher than that in Surrey, as well as grocery prices coming in at a whopping 5.5% higher than the grocery prices in the city of Surrey. So we know that the real estate is much more expensive in Vancouver, and now we know the day-to-day living in Vancouver is also much more expensive. This means, of course, on our list and competition of the top 5 things to consider when you're relocating to areas, Surrey is the clear winner, coming in at 4-1. So I hope this video has changed your perspective a little bit on living in Surrey versus living in Vancouver. And hey, I've got to be completely transparent. Both cities, both municipalities would be incredible places to call home. Anybody in the entire world would be lucky to call Vancouver home or call Surrey home. But the interesting thing about this video is it really highlights that Surrey actually is a great place to live and a great option if you're considering relocating to British Columbia. With that being said, if you're interested in learning more about the city of Surrey, be sure to check out our Living in Surrey playlist, where we do deep dive videos on everything you could ever want to know about the area, the demographics, real estate, and more. So before I let you know about 2 little surprises that I have for you in this video today, I want you to leave your comment below and let me know what your experience is if you live in the city of Vancouver or you live in the city of Surrey, or if you're somebody that's looking to relocate to these areas. And more importantly, which is better and why. This way, you're gonna help the people watching these videos understand which community might be best for them. And if you are somebody that's looking to relocate to the area, there's 2 ways that you can help move yourself forward to make sure you get the best information possible when you're looking to purchase real estate in BC. If you're someone coming to the Lower Mainland and you want to talk to a local professional, be sure to book an appointment to speak with me and my team, the German group, and we'll help make sure you get all the information you need to make great decisions in your real estate endeavors. And the second is something exciting that we are offering for a very limited time. Our BC Home Buyers course, which is packed with over 3 hours of video content, PDF downloads, and questionnaires to help you be the absolute best home buyer that you can be. Avoid all the obstacles and downfalls that so many home buyers get caught in when they're making decisions, and really to help you figure out how to do it like a pro, regardless of what real estate professional you might choose to work with, is usually sold online for just about $350, and for a very, very limited time, because we're looking to bring more people in the course to help improve it and make it better, we are offering this out to the viewers of our YouTube channel for absolutely free. Yeah, that's right, absolutely free. So check the description below so you can get lifetime access right now for absolutely nothing. So now you know all about the different areas of Surrey and Vancouver. I hope you learned something in this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on anything to do with Surrey BC, White Rock BC, or anything going on in the crazy, crazy world of British Columbia real estate, just like this video does right here.